This is Mike Reed with CNelect. I'm here today to share this week's proprietary crude research and analysis. This week's topic, currency causality. The US dollar, on average, for every 1% increase in the US dollar, crude price falls $2.75 a barrel. The inverse is true. For every decrease of 1% in the US dollar, crude price rises $2.75 a barrel. You can see the relationship in this chart. This chart shows what appears to be a positive correlation, but the right-hand axis on currency is inverted. The correlation between the US dollar and WTI crude price is minus 0.93 from today back to 2011. So that's the what. The what is this tremendous correlation. Now the question becomes why. There's a lot of theses out there, a lot of them revolving around the petrodollar system and other theses floating. What I want to do in the why on the subsequent slides here is try to simplify the complex. Let's pick an imaginary country, Xanadu. Now, to be clear, this pricing dynamic we're going to talk about is not just Xanadu. It applies to every producing country other than the United States. Xanadu is just one representation of many, but this dynamic takes place in all countries. We pick Xanadu as an imaginary country, and its currency is the Zan. In this example, the US dollar is it's $70 US dollars per barrel, and the exchange rate US dollar to the Zan is 2.8. So $70 times 2.8, Xanadu's realized crude price in their local currency is 198 Zans per barrel. Their production cost is 180 Zans per barrel, leaving them with a profit of 18 Zans per barrel. Now this profit's an important number. It's on a risk-adjusted basis. It's always going to equilibrate to some level of profitability. If this profitability is too high, you encourage more production, more supply, price goes down. The inverse is true. If this profit number is too low, you discourage production, supply goes down, and price goes up. So in this illustrative example, we have $70 crude, 2.8 exchange rate, 198 Zans per barrel revenue for Xanadu, 180 Zan production cost per barrel, leaving them with a profit of 18 Zans per barrel. Now let's explore what happens when the US currency exchange rate jumps up. It jumps up from 2.8, it jumps up to 3.8. And in this example, the US dollar again is $70 trading per barrel US dollars times the 3.8. In this example, the Xanadu crude producer receives 268 Zans per barrel. Production cost is unchanged at 180. Their profit jumps from 18 to 88 Zans per barrel. Now what happens in the scenario where their profit has jumped to 88? One of two things. One is the producers will get to competing against each other saying, oh, I'll do it for $87 profit, 86, 85. They'll go ahead and bid each other down to equilibrate at $18. The other thing happens as well is it actually encourages production because of the extreme profitability, lifting production, pushing world crude price down. So what's the magnitude of the decrease? Let's go to the right-hand side scenario. In this example, I've re-equilibrated it to the risk-adjusted 18 Zans per barrel profit required. $52 crude price times the 3.8 is now equilibrated back to 198 Zans per barrel. Production costs unchanged at 180. The normalized $18 Zan per barrel profit. So when the crude exchange rate jumped from 2.8 to 3.8, the world trading of US crude went from 70, it fell to 52. Let's take the inverse relationship. The inverse relationship is if the exchange rate fell from 2.8 down to 1.8. The left-hand column shows the $70 world price times the 1.8 exchange rates. In this scenario, they're only receiving 128 Zans per barrel. Production costs unchanged at 180, so they're having a loss of 52 Zans per barrel. And in that scenario, one of two things happen. Again, they're going to bid it up because they can't sustain a loss. They're going to bid it up to equilibrated $18 Zan profit, or they're going to stop producing. World supply falls, price goes up. If you go to the right-hand side, you can see the equilibrated number. We go to $108 US dollars per barrel of crude times the 1.8. It restores 198 Zans per barrel. Again, production costs unchanged at 180, and you have an $18 normalized profit ZANS per barrel. For more research and more insights on crude, natural gas, and power, please visit cnelect.com. Thank you.